Hello and welcome to another cooking tutorial with Chef Bunyan. We're going to be doing a mushroom stroganoff today. I know a couple of people have been waiting for me to do this. So, what you are going to need is your mushrooms. It's whatever mushrooms you like. You can use wild mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, as long as you've got enough, because that is going to be your main ingredient. You'll need mango chutney, all will be explained later as well. You'll need brandy, paprika, double cream, onions, and olive oil. Okay, and your selection of knives, whatever you are happy with using. So with the mushrooms, you can either slice them, quarter them. It's completely your choice on how chunky you actually want your mushrooms to be. Okay, so as with the spatchcock chicken video, it's going to be stop start so that I can actually prep in between. Okay, so these are your basic ingredients and we will get back to it in just a moment. Okay, so after a bit of prep work, what I've done is I've mixed it up and I've got quarters and slices of mushrooms just so that it gives you a bit of a variant. I've also done 2 medium-sized onions and I've sliced them. They don't have to be overly thin or overly thick. It's really up to you. I would say try and slice them slightly on the thinner side just so that it'll caramelise a little bit easier. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a good dribble of oil in our pan. I've run out of that one, so hang on. Okay, so as I said, we're going to put a good dribble of oil in the pan, because what we're going to want to do is we're going to put in the onions first, and then after we've done the onions, once the onions start to caramelise a little bit, we're then going to add the mushrooms. And then as we go along, I will show you, I'll show you more as I go. And at some point, I'll get someone to hold the camera so you can actually see me doing it, because there's certain bits that I can't do when I'm flambeing that I can't actually do whilst holding a camera. Okay, so if you can bear with me, I will be back soon. Right, as you can see, I've now got the onions going. So I know it looks like a lot of onions, but to be fair, they will reduce down quite a bit. I have pre-measured and got ready. That is brandy. That is about 50 mils, so that'll be classed as a double brandy. So you don't need a lot, and what will happen is that will go off to it'll flambe it a little bit, and obviously all the vapor, the alcohol content will all be burnt off in the flambe, so there's no need to worry about any getting drunk off your stroganoff. Okay, I will be back shortly once these have reduced down a little bit, and we're going to add the mushrooms. Okay, be back soon. Okay, so as you can see, what we've done is we've got the onions caramelising down, and they're starting to reduce down really well. So we're going to add our mushrooms. Again, you can do slices, quarters, whatever you like. Make it as mushroomy as you like, and whatever mushrooms you like to use. I know it looks like a lot, but again, mushrooms being what they are basically sponges, and they will shrink down after they've absorbed a lot of the flavours. Okay, so what we need to do now is we just need to wait for those to reduce down a little bit, and then we'll be back. Okay. Okay, right, so what we're going to do now is we've had the mushrooms going for a little bit. So what we're now going to do is we add paprika. This will give it sort of quite a nice, this will give it a depth of flavour. You can use smoked paprika, but to be fair, I find that it gives it a little bit too much of a strong taste. So I use just normal paprika. You want to get a good amount in there. So it's going to coat everything up. So if I just take this camera, so I show you, just so that you can get a good coating on everything. And then you'll be able to sort of smell it coming through and whatnot. Okay, and then what we're going to do, if my lovely assistant can keep filming me, what we're going to do is we are then going to use mango chutney. Now the mango chutney is going to give it the sweetness that it needs. So I'll use a couple of tablespoons of it. So a couple of good chunking tablespoons. You can use, I prefer using sort of the slightly thicker, chunkier mango chutney, just because I like it to have a little bit of a chunk to it, as you can probably see. Now, what we're going to want to do is, as that reduces down, have your double cream. Okay, so your double cream will follow in the next step after a minute. We'll add the brandy, and then after we've added the brandy, we then add the cream. Okay, so okay, here we go. So, and I would say it will flame up, but don't jump. Okay, because it is all under control. Okay, so want to add a bit of the brandy. So it doesn't want to flame up this time. Okay, so for some reason it doesn't actually want to flame up. See if we can get a bit of a flame up. There it goes. There we go. So whether you can see it or not, we have had a bit of a flame up. Obviously you would normally use it in a more shallow dish. I'm only using this because I'm making such a lot of it. So as it reduces down, we're then going to add double cream. Okay, I've used 300ml double cream, but then again I have used quite a lot of ingredients. And we just give that a good stir around. That'll bring in all the flavours to what we want. And then, believe it or not, that'll be the stroganoff done. So it will look like that. It may sort of, over time, it'll go a little bit darker depending on how much paprika you've put in. At this point, you can then leave this. So I'm now going to turn this off. That'll stay as is. You can leave that and reheat it. You know, you can leave it for a good sort of hour or so. Just cover it up, and then from there, up to you what you do. If you are going to use any meats or anything, cook them off separately, and then you can either add them to the mix or pour the mix over them. You can serve it with rice, noodles, or whatever you want. So any questions, please message me and I will try and answer them as best I can. Thank you very much.